let's examine the rest of artifacts of the operating system installed on this disk. And of course, I'm jumping back to operating system information, which is populated by the recent activity ingest module. So operating system product name that is installed on this operating system. We can go to the software hive, and obviously here you can see that there is information about the program name. This is the product name that corresponds in this field. The next one is product ID. So we have product ID. So this is already sort of digested for us in the results area. Okay, so system version. I would determine the current version of the installed operating system. So it's field number 17 right here. I would say that we can go to software hive application view and jump to Microsoft. And so the operating system itself considered to be one of the products or software. So under Windows NT, I think if we scroll down Windows NT, it will show us current version information. So here the current version field shows us 5.1, and it's stored simply as a string. So by pressing Control-C, I should be able to go to my Scratchpad right here and try it here. Okay, so this would be probably the answer to the version in this case. So this those settings, of course, in the registry may change from one version of Windows to another. There's typically a handy registry guide document that you should find that corresponds to the operating system that you're currently investigating. And right next to this there is a build number, which is the next question here. And I think that we may also find some of these fields in the results area. But no, I don't see the build number on this list. So application definitely, just a raw view into the registry allows us to find this information directly in the registry. And this is registered owner and registered organization, which is important for identifying whose property this computer is. And I believe we can also see this in the results view, which is basically a digested view of a few of these fields. Then install date would be right here, and again you can find more information here as well. So by the way, install date here is stored, you can see, as double word, which is like an integer format. So again, I'm pressing Control-C. This is just a numeric value, and this numeric value is stored as Unix time. So I press Control-C and bring it over here again. So this is my value for install date, and this is the decimal value of this hexadecimal storage. So this is actually, this big number is a number of seconds elapsed since January 1st, 1970. In fact, since midnight of January 1st, 1970, which is Unix epoch beginning. And we can navigate to helpful Unix timestamp converters on Google. Specifically, I like this website, but there are plenty of others. You can just basically use this URL and navigate to it directly like this. and we can try this value right here to plug it in and just convert it. So you can see that this is Monday, October 21st, 2002, and it gives us a specific time. So of course this translates to this value. And also notice that this, if you read documentation carefully for this install date storage, you need to be aware whether it's going to be stored in a universal time or local time. So this one is stored in universal time, and this may depend on the operating system. So when we see at the results, and it shows us 15:02, which is 3 p.m., whereas what we are showing here is 4:02, 4 p.m. So see, there's difference right here between what we just obtained and the display right here. So I believe this parser that we use inside Autopsy actually reported here as 3 p.m. and this is Autopsy 4.15. So I believe that this is more accurate value, because we just directly went to the to this integer and displayed it, because it's still displaying in my time zone, which is standard Eastern time, but we know that this was done most likely in the Central Standard Time zone, so that would be more appropriate to report. I think that would be my choice. You can investigate this further, and this is an interesting thing for this reporting issue right here. So this is install date. Okay, so then the next field that we have to report is shutdown date and time, which is the date and time when the computer was shut down by the user, and it was a normal shutdown. It was not like a crash of the computer or something unusual like power outage. So normal shutdown date and time is recording by Windows, and to find it, what we need to do is we need to go back to our system hive right here, and we're going to into application. We already know that control set is 1, so we expand that. So under control we have this shutdown time. I hope we can find it under the Windows key. So I will expand this, and you can see that my path again is like system hive control set 01 control Windows shutdown time. So this is the field shutdown time field, and this is stored as 64-bit value, which is something that's called Windows file time data structure. You actually need to write a shell script to convert it from its binary storage. There are some system API calls that you can make, or you can use your forensic tool that is capable of doing it. So if we jump to, for instance, FTK Imager, there is a conversion utility, but it has to use a file